I had no idea what I was getting myself into. This was my first furniture restoration ever, and looking back, this desk was probably the worst possible project to start with because I had no idea what I was doing. I found it for free on Facebook Marketplace, and turns out this thing retails for $4,000. So my girlfriend and I drove over, and the second we saw it in person, we realized how massive this desk was. So the guy that gave it to us helped load it in the truck. We got it home, Summer cleaned it off, and the homie Michael helped unload it. And I don't know what it is, but when you start your first flip, you kind of walk in with way too much confidence. Like, I literally watched a few TikTok restorations, did some scrolling, and thought I knew what I was doing. In fact, I did not know what I was doing. But sometimes that's just the fun part, figuring it out step by step. The first thing I noticed was the veneer. It was super thick and not the thin kind that you usually see. Like, this thing was layered, as if someone glued plywood on top of plywood for fun. So I grabbed my new sander, which literally arrived at my door the next morning, headed off to Lowe's for some of the essentials that I thought I'd need, and got right to work. I tried sanding, it did nothing. Tried some varnish remover, did nothing. Then I tried some epoxy remover, did kind of something, but not enough. I even tried wrapping the whole top in trash bags to trap moisture like I saw someone do on TikTok, still did nothing. After realizing none of those were working, my neighbor Florian came over, saw me struggling, and told me it was time to start sanding, even though I didn't think it was ready. So that's what I did for days. Different grits, different techniques. But then the first patch of real wood finally appeared, and that's when I knew I just had to keep going. Over the next few days, I scraped, sanded, reapplied strippers, sanded more, and slowly turned this thing from a destroyed free desk to something that actually had potential. Now let's remember, I literally have no idea what I'm doing, so every single step I kept going to TikTok and seeing what other people did. But that was really the fun part about all this. There's so much to learn, it's endless. Then came stain day, and this was the moment everything clicked. When the wood finally took stain after all that sanding and stripping and frustration, it was insanely satisfying. After letting the stain dry for a while, I added a few coats of spray-on polyurethane and did not like how it turned out. So I woke up the next morning, went to Lowe's again, and decided to buy some wipe-on polyacrylic instead. Summer tried using a foam roller, that did not work. So I went and grabbed a microfiber towel, and that ended up being perfect. 3 coats later, sanding in between each one, and for the first time, the top finally looked perfect. After all that, the sanding, stripping, failing, learning, I pulled the desk out into the street and staged it for photos. Again, this was my first furniture restoration ever, and it took weeks, but I'm honestly so proud of how this turned out. Let me know how you guys think I did in the comments.